What's going on, guys? Clifton Denny with On Your Own Outdoors. Hey guys, it's summertime, so just like always, we're here to knock out some reviews. And the thing we've got today is the new 10-point Venom X. This thing is smooth as silk. So we're gonna go over this thing today. I'm gonna show you some really cool features that come with it. As everybody knows, I don't shoot a whole bunch of crossbows. My kid does. If you're new to the channel, my kid, he'd be running around with that crossbow, shooting all kinds of stuff. But anyways, some things that 10-point has added to this model that is not their high-end model. They pulled some of the stuff from that, pulled it down on this model. You see it comes just like it sets up right now. It's got the quiver, it's got a few arrows that come with it. 390 foot per second. Scope is a 70-yard scope, so you're able to sight that dude in out to 70 yards. One of my favorite things about it is the cocking mechanism. Not so much the cocking it, but the letting down. 6.9 pounds. It is 9.7 inches wide, 32.5 inches long, so it's not big, it's not bulky. In the world of crossbows, it's also not real heavy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about this thing, and then I'm probably gonna take it back up to the shop and shoot it a few times and tell you what I feel about it then. But let's go ahead and talk about it now. So the big deal about this thing that you're gonna notice if you're familiar with 10-point crossbows is the scope mount up top. Again, this is a 70-yard scope, meaning that you can sight it up to 70 yards. Obviously, some Kentucky windages maybe, 390 foot per second. You can probably most certainly shoot a little bit further than that if you have to get out and practice a whole bunch. However, it's got the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 yard radicals inside of there. What you see here is what it is mounted to. So you see this on their high end bows. They took the same mount, they put it on their lower end bow. It feels like it's plastic, but absolutely no give. That's one thing with 10-point that I've never heard guys complain about is that. But my favorite part, cocking mechanism. And you can see there how it kind of goes in. All you're gonna do is pop that dude out. Down here on the bottom, you got a little button. Push that little button, it comes loose. So it's not something that you have up here by your hand in the way, that kind of thing. Speaking of that, while we're here, they have this rail system down here. So if you wanted to adjust your quiver, it's most certainly an option. I like it whenever a company, obviously, like everything else, gives you options. And so with this, being able to move it, you know, it's probably only about 3.5, 4 inches of play there, but it's just enough room to get it out of the way of your hand. So moving down to this cocking mechanism and why I think it's such a big deal. So number one, this thing's kind of universal. Left-handed and right-handed, you see that button there? That's gonna be your release. But you've got one on the right side, you've got one on the left side. So let me go ahead and move this camera down so you can actually see what I'm talking about. All right, for the purpose of the video, because I want to scratch this thing up, I'm gonna set it on my foot. But this is the big deal. So you take this guy, you put it in there, you start cranking it. So we're gonna go all the way up with it. You notice what you don't hear? No as you're cranking. Get up to the top. With these bows, there is a very distinct metallic click. So whenever you're all the way up, you're gonna get that distinct metallic click. So if you wanted to take this now, it's ready. You put your arrow in it, you can let one fly. But say that I don't wanna do that. Now it's time to let this thing down so I can get back out in the woods. Take your deal, put it right back in there. Again, over here, you got your little release. We're gonna take it, put a little pressure on it, press the release, and just start backing up. Now I'm gonna show you the biggest deal about that. So you can see there, it's still like half cocked. You can let off of that button, that right there. It's in a half cock position. I think that is absolutely phenomenal. Go ahead, I mean, there's no pressure on it at all. It doesn't try to run away from you. Take your time, run it all the way back down. All right, so now we have that thing ran all the way back down. That's what I wanted to talk about in this video that is such a big deal to me. Is number one, crossbow that we use whenever you're gonna try to crank it. So if you do shoot, like me, if I shoot a buck, if a doe comes in after that, she's probably in trouble. However, if I was gonna reload that crossbow, it's clack, 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 clack. Cranking it back up, and then whenever you go to let it down, it's got that pressure. You're scared to death. If you let it go, it's just gonna be the spinning wheel of death and blow the bow up. So anyways, you don't have that here. It's got that tension, so whenever you're going back on it, you literally, if you drop the handle, it's not just gonna run away from you. The way that the handle packs down here in the bottom, again, you got your little metal rod there, sticks in, comes over and just clips. It's out of your way. You can jump on it. You're good to go. Again, up front, you've got the adjustments here. So anyways, all in all, I think this is a super sweet setup for a bow, but I have not shot it yet. So y'all hang on just a second. We're actually fixing to jump in the truck and we're going down to Mack's. We're gonna send some arrows at this thing. Let's go. Let's go, guys. We're over in the range now. We're gonna shoot this thing, see what we think about it, see how it feels, and go from there. Just like before, put that dude in there, press a little button, locks in place. Again, no noise. Take this guy, push it back down in there. That is bad. So go ahead and send one more. Again, take this off. On the back side of it, it's got like a little button right there. Kind of push that in just like it's a ratchet. Put it in a little slot. And then you're gonna hit that same little button over on the side. Keep back reeling that dude. All the way down. Push down on it. I don't know if you heard that little metallic click, but you'll push down that little block, means it's connected. Come back up to the top, hook this thing up, get to reeling. You hear the click, stop. Again with this guy here, you're gonna take it, push it in there on the bottom, twist it around, pops into place, it's out of your way. Grab your inside here, flush it down, slides in, locks in, safety's right here on the side. It's about that big of a difference from the last shot. Super smooth, super easy to use, and for me the big deal is about it, it doesn't make a lot of noise. Like I said, you can let it down. If you're not shooting, you can let it down. It doesn't try to jerk you down. And then the no clicking whenever you're reeling it up. I think 10 Point kind of hit a home run with this. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go back to the home page. Hit that little bell up top. You never know where we're going to be, what kind of products we're going to be reviewing. Until next time, guys, we'll see you from a tree. Good hunting.